vortex? I will never be a tavvy person. I told y'all my mistakes can be artistic. It's true shit. Tavvy people are so boring. They're gonna do the same stupid crap as everybody else. It's fucking boring, dude. Is it this way? I think so. Interstate Drive, probably. Being a sech tavvy person. Yeah, we're still doing it. We're still doing this joke. Can you imagine thinking that you're so interesting? Being a fucking cyborg. To be bored. I allow myself to be aggravated on a regular basis. I mean, if you don't have a smartphone, you're gonna be aggravated like nonstop. I feel like people stare at their phones so they don't have to be aggravated by society, you know? It's just like people that watch TV so they don't have to be aggravated by their spouse or their significant other or whatever. Or they put their kids in front of a TV so they don't have to be aggravated by their kids. Well, we have all the aggravation that you gave away. We have a conscience and we can't support throwing that away all because I guess it's just easier that way, huh? I mean, I get it. I used to drink a lot. I know I've said this before, but I've been thinking about why I used to do that so much, and it makes perfect sense that, you know, I have such a flaying conscience, you know. It's like my conscience is like a fucking fish out of water, you know. It's just flopping around non-stop. And I should say that on stage. It's pretty funny. It's a good mental picture too. It's good to give them a visual, because when you give them a visual, they can relate better to what you're trying to say, you know. That's why Jesus spoke in parables. But anyway, yeah, so my flaying conscience, flopping around on the floor non-stop until it fucking dies, until alcohol tries to kill it, right? Well, alcohol didn't just turn it down, it turned it off completely, and so that's why I rationalize a lot of terrible things, because my conscience was no longer present. But I knew that I was choosing to be bad, though. Like, I hate how people say that they have a disease or whatever, and it's like they can either say that they have a disease, or they say they have a disorder, or, you know, mental illness or whatever, and then it's like, oh, it's totally fine that I stole a bunch of shit from you. It's totally fine that I had sex with your girlfriend or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, people can rationalize all types of behavior
don't think that that's like the purpose of sobriety. I don't think that's the purpose of, you know, redemption. You know, just keep making excuses for, you know, mistakes that you made. And of course, you know, it wasn't all you. You know, there were some contributing factors. You know, booze is definitely the culprit of a lot of bad decisions that involve, you know, sexual intercourse. I know in my case it definitely has been, but I know so many people that have that story. So, what's the solution? What's the solution? Should we just ban every motherfucking thing? Ban alcohol, ban sex, ban phones. I mean, I wish we could ban phones, but we can't, because everybody would die if we did that shit. That might not be such a bad thing, though, because, you know, people are dead anyway. So, that guy's not dead, though. He's using his turn signal, so he's still aware of himself and others. It's good. It's good to have that one random inspiration at like midnight on a Thursday. Yeah, I don't know why the time is relevant. It's not relevant at all. No time is ever relevant if you think about it. A lot of people don't want to think about anything, so we'll think about it for you. Dude, comedy was actually really good tonight. I mean, the energy was there. It's because there were some bands that were playing beforehand. They were actually pretty good. There was this cover band. They covered one of my favorite bands, the Allman Brothers. They covered one of the greatest songs ever written about women. It's called the Whippin' Post.